Drag and Drive may not have lit up player enthusiasm like Nintendo's other IPs, but for me, it's an exciting chance to see a game blend accessibility, representation for wheelchair basketball athletes, and a fun, lower-priced team experience in the vein of Switch Sports. My first foray into Drag and Drive occurred during the recent Global Jam, where I'd played all 3 sessions and had an absolute blast, although I was a little worried that the lack of progression or reward system might hold it back. Now it's here, and I've spent a lot of time shooting hoops, racing around the park, and practicing my dunks. What's it like? Put on your gloves, get onto the court, and prepare to play ball as we review Drag and Drive for Nintendo Switch 2. In Drag and Drive, you step into the role of a wheelchair-bound robot called a driver to compete in a fast-paced 3v3 hybrid of basketball and wheelchair rugby. Matches aren't the only focus though, because between games you're placed in an arena called The Park, which is the online hub that acts as both a lobby and a community space. Here you can watch ongoing matches, run time trials, shoot around in practice, complete challenges, or just pair up with teammates. It's a clever way to keep players engaged and interactive, and it makes the downtime before your next match feel more like a part of the experience rather than a loading screen. Controls in Drag and Drive are inventive and immersive. You hold a Joy-Con in each hand and push them forward to simulate moving wheels on the wheelchair. Each Joy-Con acts as an arm, letting you clap, high-five other players, or just pull off some tricks with some practice. The controls were very responsive, though there can be a bit of a workout. Yet still, there's a genuine thrill in chasing opponents across the court. You can tackle players by hitting them head on to steal the ball or disrupt their shot by ramming them as they go for the basket. Shooting requires lining up with the hoop and then raising your hands and gently flicking your wrist to release. Adding flair like bunny hopping before a shot or spinning while dunking earns style points, and that can make the difference between victory and defeat. Unfortunately, while Drag and Drive shines in representing wheelchair sports, its physical control scheme can be challenging for some players, and the game relies heavily on arm and upper body movement, which actually might make it difficult for those with limited mobility to fully enjoy the experience. It's worth noting this up front, as the game's accessibility focus doesn't really extend to the control schemes themselves. Players can choose from 3 positions, the guard, forward, and center, each offering different levels of speed, maneuverability, and sturdiness to suit your playstyle. On top of that, you can customize your armor, helmet, chair, wheels, and coloring to stand out on the court. You can unlock some customization options by winning trophies in the minigames between rounds, which could add a bit more motivation to keep playing. But my biggest concern when playing the Global Jam was just how Drag and Drive would handle player engagement and progression, and unfortunately, there just isn't much to see. The game would have really benefited from a level up system or a battle pass style way to unlock more cosmetics and rewards to keep players coming back. Games like this live and die by long-term player engagement, and while matches are automatically filled with bots if a player drops out, it still feels like something essential is missing. The Global Jam event, where players could jump in and play alongside the developers, highlighted just how fun this game could be, but also how much more it could offer with ongoing events and meaningful rewards. Here's hoping that in the following months after launch, we see additional events or progression systems added. Graphically, Drag and Drive leans on a rather sterile aesthetic. The courts look like a concrete jungle of muted greys, and even with the player customization, the visuals come across rather bland and plain. It's a significant departure from Nintendo's usual bright and vibrant style, and it's a shame that we didn't get more playful court designs. It would have been great to see a beachside arena, or even some wild crossover themes like the Mushroom Kingdom. That would have added so much needed spark to the visuals. That said, character animations are smooth, and the game runs well, and there are indicators to show where the ball is at all times, so players are rarely disorientated. The menus are easy to navigate using mouse mode, making it fairly straightforward to jump in and out of matches, and overall, the visuals are just serviceable rather than striking. I guess they're functional? Performance-wise, Drag and Drive runs smoothly and fluidly on the Nintendo Switch too. Matches are fast, responsive, and fun with no noticeable lag or technical issues. Everything from moving to shooting feels immediate, and that makes the gameplay feel fun from start to finish. At $30 Australian, Drag and Drive offers great value for what you get. What stands out most is a community forming around the game with players cheering each other on, high-fiving, and working together as a team. I'm already finding some people are really competitive as well, so there's a chance for that kind of hardcore audience. It's clear that the core gameplay is here, and it's genuinely fun, with satisfying mechanics and fast-paced action. My only hope is that more content or progression systems are added to keep this amazing community coming back and engaged. Nintendo has talked about using lower priced games with shorter development cycles to fill the gaps between their larger AAA franchises. And if Drag and Drive is a warm-up for that approach, I'm really excited to see what the future holds. So, what's it like? Drag and Drive is like Switch Sports, but for wheelchair basketball. I award it a 74 out of 100. In the interest of full disclosure, a review copy was provided by Nintendo, but this doesn't influence my score. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, the best way you can support What's It Like is by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends. For more reviews, click on the thumbnails to the right, and for everything Nintendo, check out what'sitlike.com.au.